Alrighty, so now we've done those play mode matches, got those quests completed, opened up the rest of the heroes on practice mode, and so now in the solo adventure we're able to go on to expert heroes, which if you beat all of those you will again get, I believe, 100 gold. But right now we have 3 packs of cards that we can open, and we have 200 gold, which we are going to use to buy classic packs. Considering, again, it's a brand new account, so those classic cards, that's the best basic stuff. So we just bought 2 of those. So now, having just done some practice matches and 3 play mode matches, we have 5 packs of cards to open. So that's our first step towards catching up a little bit. So every pack of cards is going to have at least 1 rare card in it, and that's signified by the little blue stone in the middle, and then you'll have some commons. So some of them are for all classes, as you see there in the bottom right, and some are class specific. So that was our first pack, and we'll just open all 5 of these. And there you go. So that is an epic card, which you can see by the purple stone in the middle. We got 3 commons, and then we got 1 rare. Now that one is special in that it's a golden epic. Golden cards, you see it's got kind of a moving animation thing going on. They just are a little cooler to look at. So they're no different than the regular version. What matters is those can be disenchanted. So that's something I'll get to in a little bit. So just hold that thought. Let's open them up. So again, a rare, 4 commons. That's what most of your packs are going to be like. Right now, since we're starting, every single card is a new one for us. So these, most of them were all classes, and right now that's the best for us. Although a couple mage cards would be nice, because that's where I said we were going to focus. So we've already got some duplicates there. Alright, so that's 5 packs of cards. Again, you can have 2 of any card. Any more than that is a waste.
Welcome to the collection manager. You can edit your deck to add your newest.
So we've opened every single one. So we see all 9 of the basic decks are here. And so we can look through and see what we got. If there's no stone in the middle, like all of these, well, these, then it's a basic card. If it's got a stone, then it's from packs. So this is a common, 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 our golden epic, and our rare. And so again, some of these were class specific cards. I played a hunter match while you weren't watching, and got the hunter up to level 2 after I got the mage up to level 10. Once they're at level 10, you've got all their basic cards, and so you can go to others if you want. So mage, this is all of those basic cards we got. Unfortunately, we didn't get any mage cards from our packs. So each class has its own unique cards, and then there are cards that are shared by every class. So we got a bunch of those here. So we really don't have, it may look like a lot if you're going through the first time, but we really don't have many cards right now. Now in the crafting, I mentioned the disenchanting. Sometimes there's cards you really want, like a specific legendary card or an epic card that you really want. So you can craft those with dust that you see down in the bottom right corner down here. Right now we don't have any dust. The way you get dust is when you get extra copies of cards, you can disenchant them. Like here, let's click on this card. You can disenchant it, and you can get some dust out of it. And then you can use that dust to craft the cards that you want. Now right now we don't have any extras, but what I was saying about the golden card, so this one right here, it disenchants for a whole lot of dust. It would be 400 dust instead of the normal 100 you would get. So it's a big deal. Also, when you click on the crafting, then you can see all of the different cards that you can still craft that you don't have yet. But it's something you can look at and be like, wow, that card would do well for the sort of deck that I'm trying to build. Because since you are so far behind in the card collection game, you're going to have to pick and choose. And so I said we're going to focus on the mage, and so we can look through the mage ones and decide which card would really be good for what we're trying to do, the type of deck we're going to build. Because once we get the cards, we can kind of decide on a theme. What theme do we want our deck to be? Do we want it to be on spells? Do we want it to be attacking them really fast with a bunch of low-cost minions? Do you want it to be on the secrets, which we haven't even seen yet? They're special cards. So there are a lot of different ways we can go. Right now, though, we still don't have enough to really worry about that. So what we're going to do, you see the arena is bright blue here. So we're going to click on the arena. The very first time you do the arena, you get to do it for free. And we're going to go ahead and use the mage. So here you get to choose, it's the entire card base. All cards that have been created in the game you're allowed to use for the arena. So that's what we're going to look at, and that's what we're going to do. Now, I've been told there are websites and whatnot where you can see how these cards are rated, how they do in the arena. We're not going to worry about that. We're just going to pick cards that seem fun. Now what the arena does for you, not only do you get to kind of experience all of these other cards that you don't own yet, that you may not get a chance to see yet, you also can earn a lot of gold and packs of cards from doing it. So it's, especially for a free arena, it's a good way to just see what's out there and get started here. You got nothing to lose. Something I like to do when I'm trying to do the arena is find card draw, because that has been my biggest problem when it's come to the arena decks, is you just don't get enough card draw, then you're dependent on what you get, so it doesn't matter how good your cards are if you can't get to them. I like to keep a few spells in there to deal with whatever they're going to come up with. And, you know, some moderately cost minions. I'm just kind of clicking away here, not really paying attention to what I'm doing. I mean, you might want to look at it a little more, but you also want to remember that the game's for fun. We're playing for fun. We're not trying to go to BlizzCon. We are not trying to make it to Legend right now. We're not trying to do any of that fancy stuff. We're just playing the game to have a good time. So you get these 3 choices all the way up through 30 cards. So another reason I'm kind of clicking fast is because you don't want to watch me very slowly pick these cards. I like Frostbolts. So when I get a chance for a Frostbolt, I'm going to take it.
Challenge another arena player and see how.
Alright. We didn't get any area attack spells, which I really like to have for the arena, so that's a little disappointing. There's Flame Strikes, or Blizzards, or Cone of Cold, or various AoE spells is what they call them, the area of effect, that hit more than 1 minion at a time. They're nice to have. We don't have any. We didn't get as much card draw as I would like either. Every time I see card draw, I snag it. And so we'll just see how it goes. So now you're playing against people, and you could be playing against anybody, against people who have made it to Legend, against people who have never touched the game before, and it will compare with how many wins you have. So right now we have 0 wins and 0 losses, so we're going to be playing against somebody with 0 wins and 0 losses. So the nice thing is, if you lose early on, you'll play against other people who lost, which means they're either not all that great at the game or they have a crappy deck, and either way, that's a win for you. Well, he played his coin, and then he didn't play it. Okay. Coining your hero power. Not ideal. I'm hoping that he just doesn't know what he's doing. It's possible that he thought he was going to play something and didn't work out, and he didn't want to waste what he had done. I don't know. So we're just going to keep tossing minions out. So a bunch of these cards in our hand right now are cards that we don't own. So you can look them over while you're waiting for him to go. This one has a mechanic called Inspire, which is a fairly recent addition to the game. It means it activates when you use your hero power. And then the Battle Cry, it happens when you play the card. Discover is an also recently added mechanic. So Discover means that you get one of 3 options and you get to choose one. So it'll show us 3 spells and it'll let us add one to our hand. Alright. I could use the Frostbolt to hit him, but I think I want to power this guy up and save that Frostbolt for later. So I'm going to go ahead and hit him here. Hero power. And sacrifice that guy. So now there's a 5/1 he has to deal with. The other option would have been Frostbolt, use that guy, but I still wouldn't have got another minion out. I could have ignored him and played one of my minions, but I didn't really want to do it that way. So he just wasted a silence on that. And that's something I can live with.
I smell blood.
Alright, we're going to go ahead and use this Discover minion. And we're going to take another gamble with this Unstable Portal here. I'm going to ignore his minions, because if he wants to use both of them to hit this guy, that's fine. Because a 3 health minion has so many ways to die, I'd rather he use 2 minions up on it. And, you know, it might have been a bad decision. Like, he just played the raid leader there. So now he could kill it with just 1 minion. It would be nice if I had those arcane missiles that would shoot random bolts, but I don't. Okay, he's going for it. I'm not sure that was a good move. Alright. Well, I'm gonna pop some minions out. And let's take care of that. This game isn't exactly fast-paced, which can kind of be nice after playing games like StarCraft, for example, where it's constant clicky, clicky, clicky. So it's kind of nice to be able to sit back and play the game and enjoy yourself.
One day, I'll be a real knight.
Man, this guy's making some bad plays. The Inspire, again, happens when you use your hero power. He used his hero power first, and then he used the Inspire minion. And that's just not smart. Julie, you're standing there looking at me. Is there something you need?
Are you making a video?
Yes.
How long will it be?
Oh, it shouldn't be too long. I'm gonna do a arena match. She was just standing there, like, staring at me in the dark doorway. It was starting to creep me out a little bit.
The gates are open.
That card is a perfect target for the Firelands portal. 7 mana, and it's going to be turn 7, so 7 mana. It'll do 5 damage, which will kill that minion, and it'll give me a 5-cost minion. So it's a pretty good deal there. So I feel like we're winning this right now. I have a lot more cards in hand. He's only got 3. We've both got an even number of minions on the board. And I'm going to kill his right now and put out a pretty fair-sized minion. So I feel like we're winning. I feel like we're in good shape. And again, that's the nice thing of the arena, is you have access to all of the cards. So what some people do is they ignore buying cards altogether and they just do arenas. And if you're really good at arena, you get gold rewards when you finish the arena depending on how well you did. You play until you either lose 3 or win 12. So if you're getting up in those high numbers, your gold reward is actually more than the amount of gold you spent getting into the arena. So this guy has a death rattle, and that's something that activates when it dies. It also has taunt, which means you can't attack past it. So if he dies, this guy dies no matter what. So I'm going to go ahead and use him to take that hit, and then I'll just use my hero power. And so this guy gets to survive. And then we're going to pop some minions out on the board. Keep him on his heels. I could use this to freeze him in place, but it also does 4 damage if a target's already frozen, and I have 2 frostbolts. So I'm going to hang on to it for now. The only reason to freeze him would be if I was afraid he had a weapon. And even if he did, right now, that wouldn't make or break anything. Isn't that cute? So, oh, don't hit this guy. Well, that ruined my plan. All right.
Your magic shall not save.
Not really the best silenced target, but he's running low on cards, and I want to keep him on his heels. Now the reason I used that guy instead of this one was I want to keep that Divine Shield going. So that card I cast, that spell I cast, adds a random minion from the game, and it costs less, so it gave me that silverware golem, and I was able to just toss it out there. Alright, again, this is looking pretty good for us. This card, I mean, it copies a friendly minion's attack and health. The best it can snag is that 4/3. I'm gonna go ahead and play it.
Die, mage.
Use the other Frostbolt. I mean, that's what I said we want to use spells for, is removing minions. So now I still have all 5 minions on the board. There are board clear cards that he might have, but it's unlikely that that's what he's going to draw. So I would rather keep pushing my advantage right now. I'm not going to play around Brawl. So here, we've pretty much won the game. That card is really good if you've got minions out. He doesn't. And I've got my Flame Lance that's just going to kill it. And that's game. So we won our first arena match. So we're on the way to getting... I mean, you're going to get a pack of cards no matter what when you do the arena. But if we can get up to 5-6 wins, we'll get a fair amount of gold back. So I'm going to go ahead and keep doing these arena matches. And then when that's over, we'll come back to the video and see what we should do next so that we can catch up.